Hello everybody, this is your mommy speaking, and we're here to show that, well, mommy is still a fisherman in this game called Arcade, which is the same one that I did before for the small update. But I just figured, because this is where I've been doing things, that I may as well show how I'm still managing to be a fisherman here with my low level fishing skill. You may think that's high, but in the ideal of things, it can actually get to 60,000 or 70,000 total, so it's low. Now, to fish, it's not like Minecraft where you just grab a fishing rod and throw it in and it loses durability over time. To begin with, there's a quest to do this, and you learn how to make a fishing rod, which I have equipped right here. And the first one is bamboo and everything, and then there's that. Second thing you need is to find a schooling fish. This is an electric eel school, which has already been made into a feeding frenzy beforehand by some other people who left. Now the idea is that you use this skill, sport fishing. The other one requires bait worms, which I don't have access to very much right now. But you sport fish using this lure and the chum to make them into a feeding frenzy, which is this for electric eels, this for arowanas, and then you sport fish in it. You can do this from the boat which is probably if you're on water, but I definitely prefer to do it from the land here, which it has a decent range, and you can only fish them with this buff on it. So instead of doing it out of my rowboat where people can just hop in and troll you by driving away in your own boat with you in it, I just go to land so that people can't really screw with me, and then I go fishing. So pretty much fishing in Arcade is ridiculous. You need the lures, which are bought, and the chum, which is bought, and then you spend 100 labor, which is down here, to actually go fishing. Per cast, I should say. I think it consumes the labor. Yeah, there's gold spanners everywhere. It consumes labor when you actually hook a fish, which this is going to be an interesting time. Yeah, this is fishing. Again, mommy goes fishing, which is patience-based, pretty much. Now, when it actually hooks the fish, the key behind catching it is to match the buff on the fish to the skill below, which will show. You can't let it either do nothing for 30 seconds. Don't do nothing. Right? That's very important. Don't do nothing. But also don't do the wrong thing, because then your line will break and everything. Now, I'm going to be a little bit mad if I don't get a fish on this cast, because that is possible. But oh, there you go. See, you hook an electric eel. You don't have to target it because it'll do 6 damage and auto target, and then you match the buff. See, there it has moving to the left, so you cast the stand firm on the left. It's moving to the right. Oh, it's just going to go in order here. And you stand firm to the right, which is this skill. And then the idea, you see that I'm doing 1 damage to it, and it has a total of 18,000 health. This is real in. They actually have real effects on what the fish actually does. So when it moves right, it actually moves right in comparison to you. That was it jumping. If you notice, I'm actually doing damage to it here. And then there's it going away, and it actually moves away. And you notice when it jumped, it actually jumped. The only 2 ways to do damage to it are when it's jumping or when you're reeling it in. Jumping obviously does a lot of damage, and yes, there's land eel going on. He's in the shallows now, but the way I prefer to fish these is right when it hits 0 there, switch over to big reel, because if he jumps, you want to get maximum damage. Otherwise, you're doing 1 damage and stunning it, but stunning it doesn't actually do anything because it continues moving even if you're perfect with your timing on doing whatever. The luck based of this, which of course I'm not good with luck, is you have to wait for it to jump or reel in. Ideally, you want it to jump, because right now at like 5,000 skill level, I can do as you saw, 245 and 70 per with reel. See, there you go, perfect. 245. So up at the best of it, I can do a lot more damage. Oh, there you go, land eel. It's the weird part of fishing on land, that they just kind of fish around and push you around on land. If you're in a boat, they can just hop in the boat and say what's up to you. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's an eel. It can do what it feels like. Even if it is not even touching the ground there. But, it definitely is... Oh, come on. As you... Actually, let me... Damn it. See, they just kind of start pushing you around. I'm doing this by instinct, but if you look here, there's tension, and at 20 or higher, it's going to break your line. The reason why I'm not doing so well is because my cursor is lagged because of recording. It's being weird and not moving quite as fast. It's like it's not being as sensitive, so I'm not being able to click properly. But, again, you wait for it to get to 0, and then you click this just in case it does. And normally, if I'm not being stupid and it's not lagging, I can switch over relatively quickly to these other ones. And if you notice, I'm doing the keyboard shortcuts for these two just so I have less to click on. But you can really see how long fishing takes here, especially because to hook it, we got halfway through the hook, which is I mean, that's kind of mediocre. Normally I get it within the first 1/3, which is why I was getting concerned.
Target is facing the wrong direction.
That's probably the other problem, is that it can just stand on top of you like that and be a complete jerk about it. You don't actually have to face it. See, there you go. I did a good, decent pull on it, and it lost like 2,000 health. Because I probably hit it 10 times or whatever. See, there you go again. Now, it is possible to lose the fish by taking too long. Some of these fish are based off of how much health they have, or their weight and health are correlated and everything. So something with more health is worth more when you sell it, because yes, you can sell fish, or you can make it a trophy and stick it on your wall, as I will show. Not the trophy part, because I don't do trophies, and I don't have a house. I have some lovely farms that I don't really tend, because I have other people who enjoy farming. Score. But you can stick it up on your wall if you get a big fish that you enjoy, or you feel like you can't do anything more. If you saw when this started, this had about 19,000 health, and now I'm getting it down. When you first, at least, I haven't run across any fish recently that have this much health, but you can get this type of electric eel or the other freshwaters, carp or arowanas, that have 40,000 health, and they're a prime example of you cannot catch them with a basic level fishing rod with low skill level, unless you get really lucky and they jump a lot. So it becomes a problem, and basically, I don't know how long it takes, but it takes a little while, and you can be sitting here fighting it for 10 minutes, whatever. And as you can see there, yep, he just jumped to me and died, because I got him to low enough health where he just pulled in. And when I loot him, you can either do a loot all just to obtain it. I do not believe that anybody can walk up and just steal it, because it's technically your kill. You get an electric eel fry pack or whatever else. There's carp, electric eels here, arowanas, sailfish, bluefin tuna, and bluefin marlins, I think that's all of them. I might have missed one. But if you look at it, it's a trade pack, which you'll see what that means. Or it says it's a heavy object that reduces your movement speed, and you can't teleport or glide, as I like to do with my sweet glider. And it'll replace your glider when you put it on, which goes on your back and everything. It's nice, and you can upgrade and everything. And then it says it can be sold to a fish stand. Actually, this does not tell me how much it weighs. However, when you pick it up, oh, I don't have that there. Really? Why don't I have what I want in here? What does it stand as? I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to bother with it. Something in groups has it and local does not. So as you can see, because this one specifically has 94 centimeters in length, because this is a Korean game, so it uses metric, and 71 kilograms. I don't know the conversions to that, so it doesn't matter to me. Now, to make this go faster, because as you saw, I was walking very slowly, you can summon your donkey that you get from a quest line for the Blue Salt Brotherhood. And this is carrying a trade pack. Alternatively, you can craft a trade pack. And this is not, you cannot craft a fish or use this fish in crafting or anything. It's just used for gold or a trophy. And you cannot take it overseas for Guild of Stars, which are used for international things, like buying a fishing boat, which I might show eventually along with catching marlin or something. I don't know. Fishing Mommy will continue. But these fish are all gotten from small fishing, which requires getting bait worms, which you get for the quest of making the fishing rod in the first place and taking it. Yeah, you get 50 per, and then I got my entire family to just give me their bait worms because they don't feel like fishing, and I'm the master fisher here. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. So, what else? What else to know about fishing? The turn-in spot, because it's now come into view, is a fish stand, which either can be found here in 2 crowns on the Nulian continent. There's your map. 2 crown. Up in this lake, which my farm is right here, as you can see, it's a Scarecrow farm. I have an aqua farm on the south end of this place, which I need to check in a few hours, because this is based off of real-time growing. And I have one over in White Arden, because land is scarce, and I cannot put them all right next to each other. You do, because I have a fishing rod, I'm not going to do much damage, so I don't want to get in combat. So you turn it in, and actually, I forgot to point out that you can see how much it's actually worth at the bottom. But this is worth 1 gold, 43 silver. It's rather lucrative to do this, especially since if the seagulls, which indicate the pool, are still around, I can go back and fish it again. The only limitation is how many lures I have. 46. And they're used by buying vocation badges, which, if I look, I'm pretty sure I got. Just want to no, I'm not going to find it there. No, it does not show that I got it. Oh, see, there it is. Acquired electric eel fry pack. Nope. I don't even know. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't show it here. But you'll get those for fishing or doing anything pretty much that raises a skill. And there's a lot of skills that all are interdependent. So there's that. And yeah, you can find those fish stands, I'm guessing, by any body of water and at turn-in locations for regular. See the gold trader here, the resource trader, and there's the gilded trader there as well, and then there should be a fish stand. So I think that's about it. As you can see, the seagulls left, which I like this lake because it's a freshwater lake, so it has low skill level requirement, and it can pay out decently well. It's just as bad when you go out to sea, spend your chum, which the chum for freshwater stuff is relatively cheap, and then the saltwater stuff can get to up to double the value of the freshwater chum. So at first, I would definitely suggest going to a lake like this and freshwater trophy fishing, as it is called, so that you can get multiple and pay out for all the requirement materials. So this has been Mommy and Fishing, and I will see you guys for another thing, as I'm doing my random ass whatever I feel like videos. Yeah.